Praise be to the name of the Lord. So today we are going to talk about John chapter 5. It's about a man healed at the pool of Bethesda. So what does Bethesda mean? Bethesda in Hebrew means house of grace or house of mercy, which is rightly said because this place was a healing place where all the lepers, lame, blind, people with sickness and illness were just lying around. At a certain point in time, an angel used to come down in the pool, stir up the pool, and whoever goes into the pool first used to get healed. Now, there was this man who was lying there for 38 years. He was not lying there for 38 years, but he had a sickness for 38 years. He was paralyzed. Now, during that time, there was a feast coming up due to which Jesus was traveling to Jerusalem and he visited this pool. Now, if you see, the angel who is to stir up this pool is considered to be the angel Raphael, who is known for healing. So, but every time this man tried to get inside, I think someone used to go before him, and then he used to be left behind. So that day when Jesus visited this place, he directly went to this man and he asked him, "Do you want to get healed?" Because of course God is not going to force anything on anyone, and that's what God does in our life as well. He will never force his will or anything over us. We have a free choice, we have a free will, and we have a authority to use it. So it is us who needs to use our free will to choose life or death. The same way God visited him because God couldn't see him that way. And God asked him that, why? So the man answered him that I every time try, somebody else enters the pool and there is nobody who can push me. So this is the way even we are. We like to be in our sin. We know that certain things are wrong in our life, but we are so engrossed, so self-involved that we wait for others to push us. You're seeing a miracle happening right in front of you. There are others who are taking that effort of moving towards the pool and they are getting healed. Even if we assume the man was lying there for maybe 2 days, 3 days, or a month, still, even if this man been paralyzed also, even if he would have moved inch by inch, he still would have got into the pool and would have got healed. But that's what our mentality is all about, that we just don't want to do our part, we just don't want to put an effort, we want everything to be coming towards us. So when it is a question of choosing salvation as well, we are hesitant about it. We like to be in that sin, we like to live the same life every day because we are scared that we have to give up on many things if we start following Jesus, which is not the case. You might be into bad things, but God is the one who will deal with every bad things gradually. And it's not that once you start following Jesus, you will not sin anymore, because it's just that you will not love that sin anymore. So eventually, God takes away each and everything away from us. And as we get more closer to God, we become more like Him. So this man, when God met him, when Jesus met him, Jesus asked him, "Do you want to?" Because it was a will issue. If he wanted to, he would have put an effort of moving forward, but he did not. So finally, God had to meet him at a place where he was. And when he said yes, that's when God told him to pick up your mat and start walking. So again, it was a command given, but again, it was into that man's will that whether he wanted to do it. But when God came, he had that trust. So the same thing happened with us. Don't wait till a point where someone has to approach you or God Himself, because that was the time when Jesus Christ was on earth. Today, He is not going to come and shake you up and tell you that get up. You're supposed to get out of this dirt. You're supposed to leave this thing. He is going to send people. He is going to send signs to let you know that your life is precious. You are not supposed to be in that filth anymore. You're going to come across so many people who will share the gospel of Christ with you, stating that you're supposed to come out of something that is not good for you. That is God talking to you, and you're supposed to leave that and move forward in your life and accept Jesus Christ, accept your healing, your spiritual healing, your physical healing, so that you can be made whole. So don't be like the man sitting in the house of mercy. And this is true that God's grace always covers us. It is you who need to take an effort. It is you who need to move forward and accept God. You're seeing other people getting their salvation. You're seeing other people getting healed. And you're just waiting for someone to push in or to put you forward. It doesn't work that way. When you know it, give a chance for Christ to work in your life. That's why it is always said that try Jesus. So who will on this earth will even come down to a level to so much mercy and grace, or become so much humble, will tell me that just try me, give me a chance. There is no one who will do that for you. It's only and only Jesus Christ who will do that for you. So once you accept, your life will have a big turnaround. And when God met him again in the temple, God did tell him, Jesus did tell him that sin no more. So this man was in that state because of his sins. So if you check some another event also in the Bible, there is a story about a blind man where God healed him on Sabbath near the temple, and everybody was asking Jesus Christ, was this his sin or his parents' sin? But there was no sin involved in that. Though he was blind, it was for the glory of God. So not everything, if you are into some trials or tribulations, is because you have sinned also, or maybe you have not sinned, but it is for God's glory. But in this man's case, it was clearly mentioned that sin no more, or worse things will happen. So at the right time, before maybe something worse would have happened, Jesus came to him, saved him, and told him, do not sin, about what your life was. Do not have the same unhealthy life. So that's what he does. That when he has chosen you, when he knows that you're his child, you are someone very important, he will leave everything. Like he leaves his 99 sheep and goes behind the one. That's how it's going to be. So at least make an effort. If really not many things, it's a very simple thing to accept Christ. You give your sin, he gives you forgiveness. Just accept him. uh, Read your word every day, pray every day. Really not much, even 5 minutes. 5 minutes to God is more than enough. Eventually, things happen, and that's how God starts taking care of you. He still takes care of you, He still loves you when you are in sin, and He doesn't wish you should be losing your life. So, I hope somebody really gets encouraged, and God meets you where you are. If you're in a really difficult situation, do not be discouraged, because God is still watching you. Wherever you are, you can call on to Lord. Just call on to His name, and I assure you that He will answer you. He's not going to leave you. You don't have to go to any really, any meditation or any big church and sit there and pray. Wherever you are, you can just do that, a simple prayer, and God will definitely answer you. So I hope you get really encouraged by doing this.